But here in the project for today is fixing a leak. My trunk has been leaking and I determined that there is some water coming in underneath. Some water was coming down under the pinch weld for the trunk gasket, which is right here. I don't know if you can see that. I found a whole bunch of pine needles in this channel right here, right along there. So I pulled this gasket up, cleaned it up really good. I'm going to set it back in, but I do notice that there's some adhesive residue here, so if I find that it's still leaking, I'm going to get some adhesive and just put it on the back side of this trunk gasket. But then I found another problem. There was water leaking in right through. Let's get this situated here so you know where we're at. There's a trunk lid. This is the wire for the brake light on the spoiler. There's a trunk lid spoiler. Water was dripping down through here, and this is the center bolt that holds the spoiler down. So I found out that you have to pop this gasket out of here, drill out this pop rivet. You only need to take out one because you could slide this out of the way and then you could get to the bolt holding the right and left end spoiler attachments in, and you're probably going to want to know what size that is. That is a 14 millimeter, and this is the 98 Ford Contour Sport Edition. So when you come up here, you'll have 3 bolts out, but then you'll find another problem that's stuck in. There's a plug. Let's see if we can see that plug. Right there. That plug pops out of this thing right there. So I'm going to take this out and clean it up really good. Spoiler and the trunk lid, and I guess I'll call the body shop and see what they recommend. It looks like you have to get a seal around the whole perimeter to get it to seal really good so that it won't be leaking anymore. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Look at all the filth on this trunk lid. This is from parking your car outside in the Pacific Northwest where everything turns into fungus and mold. So I'll get to clean it up and wax it really good before I put it back together again. Underside of the spoiler. I'm not even going to take these rubber gaskets off. I'm just going to clean it up really good and just find out if I can use a strong adhesive. Got these hard to reach areas cleaned and waxed. Trunk lid and the underside of the spoiler. Just remember, wherever you're going to put adhesive or gasket material, you're going to have to remove that wax with a cleaner. I'll probably use alcohol or something, but I don't recommend putting a sealer on a waxed area because it's not going to seal very well. Just got back from the Auto Body Paint and Supply store, and they recommended that I use this product. 3M Heavy Duty Drip Check Sealer, part number 08531, and they said it's for permanent application, not temporary. So it's going to be permanent for me. Rained last night, so I'm going to dry off the area around the holes. I'm going to use some alcohol to remove the wax, and I'll do the same to the underside of the spoiler and get that prepped. Okay, I've got the sealer on. I put it on the spoiler, and then I carefully laid the screws over the screw holes, and then I popped in the plastic, I don't know what you call them. They were just like little, they were body pieces. They're just a male end that clips into the female plastic clip that was in the trunk deck. So I popped those in first after I lined up the screw holes. There is no plastic peg in the middle one. And now I have the screws in, and I see some sealer has oozed out, so I think that's a good thing. That's going to seal both sides of the deck. I snug them on lightly. I'm going to give the sealer a chance to set up, and then after it sets up, after 24 hours, and I'll tighten it a little bit more. And the reason why you have to slide this little bumper out of the way is because this hole is way too small to get a socket through there. So I'm going to get a pop rivet to close up that end over there. And I have a string through there so I could lead this cable through there, because it's supposed to come out through this hole right here. I know it's hard to see, but I'm going to lead it through here. So that's the plan. By the way, this sealer, you got to use this thing outdoors. It's flammable, the vapors are harmful. I'm sure if you're in California it would give you cancer. But it's got something in there called toluene. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, this stuff will give you a headache in about 2 seconds of breathing it. So probably causes malformed fetuses, so I wouldn't let women use it if they were pregnant. It's just nasty stuff. I just hope it works as good as it's nasty. It's the next day, and I noticed I did have some sealer squeeze out there, but I don't care as long as it holds. It's fine, and it seems pretty hard now, so it's ready for the water test. I'm going to have an assistant run some water over the trunk and the spoiler and the trunk gasket while I'm inside with a flashlight. Fortunately, these back seats fold down, so I won't get too claustrophobic when I'm in there watching for water. So when you're checking your trunk for leaks, there's not only the trunk seal gasket and the spoiler gasket, you also have to check the back window, the antenna mount, and also the rear lights. I once had a Nissan Sentra come in that had such a bad leak in the trunk that the owner took the drain plug out of the trunk, and he just let the water rush through the tail lights and then out through the bottom of the drain of the trunk. And I fixed that with some of this 3N ribbon sealer. It's an auto glass replacement kit. Comes in different sizes. This one's a 1/4 inch diameter by 15 feet long. There's a stock number, and it worked great. Didn't have any trouble after that. And I also got that at the auto paint supply store. I forgot to tell you guys how much the sealer cost for the spoiler, and that tube of sealer was really expensive. It came out to about $25, but if it works, it's worth it. Okay guys, I'm inside the trunk and we're going to do the water test now. I have my trusty assistant Scout here, and he's going to start the water when he hears 2 knocks. Here's where one of the leaks was coming from. Here's where the other leak was coming from. This was the mount for the spoiler. Still dry.
Still dry?
Keep going. looks like a success. Sorry for the shaky video. This is the only video I ever made where I never used a tripod and any clip. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the like button, and we'll see you later.